Hi everyone, welcome back to chemistry online class. So in the previous class I have explained to you about the multiples and fractions used in the SI system, and the one more very important concept called as the scientific notations, or it is also called as exponential notation concept. Here in the today's class I am going to explain the one more important concept in the some basic concept of chemistry, that is nothing but the significant figure concept. So the significant figures, the definition of significant figures, then rules for counting the significant figures, then rounding of number concept, and the one more part is the calculations involving significant figures. So all these concepts we will discuss in the today's class, students. And before starting these significant figures and the rules for counting the significant figure part, so let us recall the scientific notation, or we also call it as exponential notation concept. Yes, tell me students, what is mean by scientific notation or exponential notation? Yes, the scientific notation. It is defined as the convenient method of expressing the extreme numbers, or the scientific notation or the exponential notation. It is defined as the convenient way of expressing the large number or a very small number. That itself we call it as a scientific notation or the exponential notation, students. Now tell me, what is the general representation for the scientific notation? Yes, very good. So n into 10 to the power of a small x, or we can also write it as a into 10 to the power of a small b. That is the general representation for the scientific notation or the exponential notation, students. Now in this general representation, the capital N stands for coefficient and it is a real number, whereas the small x stands for exponent, which is an integer, students. So either you can use n into 10 to the power of x as a general representation, or you can also use a into 10 to the power of small b as a general representation for the scientific notation or the exponential notation, students. And now tell me, when the exponent becomes a negative, students? Yes, the exponent becomes negative only when we shift the decimal point towards right hand side. Now tell me, when the exponent becomes positive? Yes, when we shift the decimal point towards left hand side. The exponent becomes positive when we shift the decimal point towards right hand side, and the exponent becomes positive when we shift the decimal point towards left hand side, students. And in this scientific notation or in this exponential notation, one more very important point is, so either you shift the decimal point towards right hand side or you shift the decimal point towards left hand side. You please count the number of digits and then you shift the decimal point, students. ನೀವು ರೈಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಸೈಡ್ ನಾದ್ರೂ ಡೆಸಿಮಲ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ಶಿಫ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ರಿ, ಅಥವಾ ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಸೈಡ್ ಆದ್ರೂ ಡೆಸಿಮಲ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ಶಿಫ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ರಿ. ಬಟ್ ಸೈಂಟಿಫಿಕ್ ಡೆಸಿಮಲ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ಶಿಫ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಕಂಪಲ್ಸರಿಲಿ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಕೌಂಟ್ ದಿ ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಡಿಜಿಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ದೆನ್ ಯು ಶಿಫ್ಟ್ ದಿ ಡೆಸಿಮಲ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್, ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಲ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದ ಸೈಂಟಿಫಿಕ್ ನೋಟೇಷನ್ ಫಾರ್ ದಿ extreme numbers or the exponential notation for the a very small number or a very large number, students. Now with the help of this scientific notation or the exponential notation concept, let us switch on to the next important concept, that is under the heading significant figure part. Significant figures are the meaningful digits in an experimentally measured or experimentally determined or experimentally calculated quantity. So that itself we call it as a significant figure, students. Listen the definition of a significant figure. It's very important point. The significant figures are the meaningful digits in an experimentally measured or in an experimentally determined or in an experimentally calculated quantity. And these significant figures are defined as all digits in a given number. The significant figures are defined as all digits in a given number with known certainty plus one uncertain digit. That itself we call it as a significant figure concept. You please try to understand the definition of these significant figures. I repeat the definition. Significant figures are defined as all digits in a given number. Listen this point carefully. All digits in a given number with known certainty plus one uncertain digit. That itself we call it as a significant figure part. So let us take an example of 12. So 12 is a given number, student. Repeat. So 12 is a given number, students. 12. So it is a 2-digit number. 12 is a 2-digit number. How many digits are present in this given number, students? 2 digits are present in this given number. Then tell me how many significant figures are present in this given number, students? That's very good. 2 significant figures are present. You just recall the definition of significant figures. The significant figures are defined as all digits in a given number, with known certainty plus one uncertain digit. By using this definition, how many significant figures are present in a given number, students? So 2 significant figures are present. Now let us take one more example. So 101. 101 is the next given number. 101, and this 101, it is a 3-digit number. How many digits are present here? 3 digits are present. So 3 digit means how many significant figures are present, students? So 3 significant figures are present. And now similarly let us take one more example. So the one more example is 0.011. So this is the given number, students. Now in this given number only 2 significant figures are present. So this is one non-zero digit and this is one non-zero digit. How many non-zero digits are present here? 2 non-zero digits are present. So therefore the number of significant figures are only 2 in this given number, students. And you please recall the last sentence in the definition of significant figures with known certainty plus one uncertain digit. With known certainty plus one uncertain digit. And especially in case of a given numbers, zeros. Sometimes zeros are counted as a significant figures, and in some cases the zeros are not counted as a significant figures, students. Okay, so when the zeros are counted as a significant figures and when the zeros are not counted as a significant figure, that we'll discuss in the rules for counting the significant figure part. And here you just remember the definition. The significant figures are the meaningful digits in an experimentally measured or in an experimentally calculated or in an experimentally determined quantity. And these significant figures are defined as all digits in a given number. All digits in a given number with known certainty plus one uncertain digit. That itself we call it as a significant figure part. And now with the help of this definition of significant figures, let us discuss the rules for counting the number of significant figures in a given number, students. The rules for counting the significant figures. So the first important rule is all non-zero digits are counted as a significant figures, students. Listen this first important rule carefully. All non-zero digits in a given number are counted as a significant figures, students. All non-zero digits are counted as a significant figures. So let us take an example. 82 is a given number. 82 is a given number, and this number, it is a 2-digit number, and both the digits are non-zero digits only. Then tell me how many significant figures are present in this given number, students? Yes, very good. 2 significant figures are present. Similarly, let us take one more example. 823. Yes, tell me, students, how many significant figures are present? So 3 significant figures are present here. Now let us take one more example. 8024. It is a 4-digit number. It's a 4-digit number. Therefore, the number of significant figures in this given number are 4 significant figures, students. Okay, in the first number, 2 significant figures are present, 3 significant figures are present, and 4 significant figures are present in a given number, students. Here, the first important rule is all non-zero digits are counted as a significant figures, students. Is there any doubt in this first rule? And now coming to the second very important rule. The second important rule is related to zeros. The second important rule is related to zeros. So zeros sometimes counted as a significant figures, and sometimes they are not counted as a significant figures, students. The second important rule is related to the zeros in a given number, students. Zeros sometimes counted as a significant figures, and sometimes they are not counted as a significant figures, students. Second important rule related to the zeros. And the zeros which are present in a given number sometimes counted as a significant figures, and sometimes they are not counted as a significant figures, students. And in case of zeros, we have totally 3 different types of zeros. 3 different types of zeros, students. The first important type of zero. The first type of zero we call it as leading zeros. The second type of zero we call it as captive zero. And the third important type of zero we call it as trailing zeros. Listen these 3 types of zeros carefully. The first important type is leading zeros. Second one we call it as the captive zeros, and the third category we call it as the trailing zeros. So 3 different types of zeros in a given number, students. So leading zeros. Leading zeros means the zeros which are present, before the first non-zero digit. So what is mean by leading zero, students? The zeros which are present to the left hand side of the number, or the zeros which are present before the first non-zero digit. Such type of the zeros are called as leading zeros, students. Please remember these 3 different types of zeros. And the second important category is captive zero. So captive zeros, the zeros which are present between the 2 non-zero digit. In such cases we call it as a captive zero, students. Here in case of leading zeros means the zeros which are present before the first non-zero digit. That means the leading zeros are placed in the left hand side of a given number. And here the example for the leading zeros, 0.011. 0.011 is a example. Let us take one more example. 0.56. One more example is 0.2. In all these three given numbers, the zeros are present before the first non-zero digit, students. Are you all understanding what I am explaining? So these are the example for leading zeros. In all these three given numbers, the leading zeros are present. Now captive zero. So captive zero means the zeros which are present between the two non-zero digits. Such type of the zeros are called as a captive zeros. So let us take an example. 101, 101. So in this 101, zero is present. Which type of zero is present, students? So captive zero is present. What is mean by captive zero? The zeros which are present between the two non-zero digits. So one is a non-zero digit and this one is also non-zero digit. The zero which is present between the two non-zero digit. Such type of the zeros are called as a captive zeros. Let us take one more example. So 20103. This is a given number. And in this case also captive zeros are present. So two zeros and both the zeros are present in between two non-zero digits. In such cases we call it as a captive zero concept. Now similarly let us take one more example. So 2003. So this number also contains zeros and both the zeros are called as a captive zeros. Because the zeros are present between the two non-zero digits here, so that's why they are counted. That's why they are called as a captive zero, students. The first category we call it as a leading zero, and the second category we call it as a captive zero, students. And now coming to the third category, the third important category we call it as a trailing zeros. See the trailing zeros are the zeros which are present. The trailing zeros are the zeros which are present on the right end of the number. Such type of the zeros are called as trailing zeros. The example, so 20, so example 2010, so example 3000, 3000. So all these are nothing but example for trailing zeros. I repeat, the third type of zero we call it as a trailing zero. Trailing zero means the zeros which are present at the right end of the number. Such type of the zeros are called as a trailing zeros, students. So all these are nothing but different types of zeros. And the second rule is zeros. Sometimes they are counted as a significant figures and sometimes they are not counted as a significant figures. And already you know the three different types of zeros also. Now let us discuss out of these three types of zeros, which type of zero is counted as a significant figure and which type of zeros are not counted as a significant figure, students. Now here in case of leading zeros, so already you know that leading zeros are the zeros which are present at the left hand side of the given number, or the zeros which are present before the first non-zero digit. Such type of the zeros are called as a leading zero, students. And here these leading zeros are always not counted as a significant figures. Please remember this point carefully. They are not counted as a significant figures, students. So these leading zeros are used only to locate the decimal point. Then what is the significance of these leading zeros, students? So such type of the zeros are used to locate the decimal point in a given number. And here, in case of leading zero, the easiest way to count the significant figures, The easiest way to count the number of significant figures in such cases is express the given number in a scientific notation or in an exponential notation, and then you count the number of significant figures, students. Is it clear? So this is about the first type of zero called as a leading zero, students. See, the leading zeros are not counted as a significant figures, and these leading zeros are used to locate the decimal point, and the easiest way to express or to count the number of significant figures in such cases is express the given number in a scientific notation and then count the number of significant figure concept. Now already examples are known. So in this given number 0.011, 0.011, it contains two zeros, and both the zeros are present at the left hand side of the given number, and both are present before the first non-zero digit, and these zeros are not counted as a significant. So therefore in this given number, so only two significant figures are present, students. Only two significant figures are present. And one more easiest way to count the significant figures in such case is express this number in a scientific notation. Let us shift this decimal point after 2 digits. So this becomes 1.1 into 10 to the power of minus 2. 1.1 into 10 raised to minus 2. So in this, how many non-zero digits? 2 non-zero digits, and both are counted as a significant figures, students. So if you express this number in scientific notation also, you will get the same number of significant figures. Even in this case also same number of significant figures, students. Now the second example is 0.56. Again in this 10 is present, which is present at the left hand side or which is present before the first non-zero digit, that means leading zero, and leading zeros are not counted as a significant figures. So even in this given number also two significant figures are present, students, 2 digits, and both are counted as a significant here. Okay, again if you want to express this one in scientific notation, shift this decimal point after 1 digit, it becomes 5.6 into 10 raised to minus 1. So how many non-zero digits here? 2 non-zero digits, that means 5.6, 1, 2. So 2 significant figures are present. And similarly in the third examples also, so in third example also 0.2, how many significant figures are present here? Only one significant figure is present in this given number. So 0.2, or express this number in scientific notation. So you will get 2 into 10 raised to minus 1, and only one non-zero digit. So hence the number of significant figures are 1 in this case. And please remember, in case of leading zeros concept, so the leading zeros are not at all counted as a significant figures, and these leading zeros are always used to locate the decimal point in a given number, students. Is it clear? This is the first important type of zero called as leading zeros. Now the second type of zero we call it as a captive zeros, students. Captive zeros, the zeros which are present between the two non-zero digits, such type of the zeros are called as a captive zeros. And you please remember, the captive zeros are always counted as a significant figures, students. Please recall the leading zero concept. Leading zeros are not at all counted as a significant figures, whereas the captive zeros are always counted as a significant figures, students. And already examples are given here: 101, 101, 101. So 101 means it contains 3 significant figures in A. And the zero which is present in this given number is a captive zero. The zero which is present in this given number is placed between the two non-zero digits. So that's why the zeros are counted as a significant figure in this concept. 101. It has three significant figures, students. Similarly, the second example is 20103. This is the given number. And in this given number also two zeros are present, and both the zeros are called as a captive zeros, and both the zeros are counted as a significant figures, students. And tell me, students, how many significant figures are present here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this number has 5 significant figures in it. Similarly, the third example is 2003. So 2003. In this given number also we have two zeros, and both the zeros are present between the two non-zero digits. Both the zeros are present between the two non-zero digits, and both the zeros are counted as a significant figures, students. Now tell me, how many significant figures are present in this given number? Yes, 4 significant figures. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this number has 4 significant figures in it. So this is regarding the second type of zeros called as a captive zeros. Is there any doubt in first two types of zeros, students? Any doubt? Are you all understanding? Is it clear? So please remember, leading zeros are not at all counted as a significant figures, and always these leading zeros are used to locate the decimal point, whereas the captive zeros are always counted as a significant figures, students. And now, with the help of these two types of zeros, let us switch on to the third category, that is nothing but the trailing zeros. The trailing zeros are the zeros which are present at the end of number which does not contain decimal point, may or may not be counted as a significant figures. Please listen, this third important type of zero. Which type of zeros are called as a trailing zeros, students? The zeros which are present at the end of number, the zeros which are present on the right hand side, and these trailing zeros, the zeros which are present at the end of number which does not contain decimal point, may or may not counted as a significant figures, students. Listen this third important type of zero carefully. See, based on this trailing zero concept, already examples are given here: 20, 2010, then 3000. Now in this given number 20, so this 20, it has two significant figures. 2 significant figure. The first example, 20 is a given number, students, and this 20 may have one significant figure in it and two significant figure in it. Similarly, in case of 2010, in this 2010, this number may have 3 significant figures and 4 significant figure also. And similarly, in the third case also 3000. So 3000 may have 1 significant figure, 2 significant figure, so 3 significant figures and 4 significant figures in it. And this difficulty can be resolved by expressing the given numbers in a scientific notation or in an exponential notation part. Okay, so here 20, let us take a first number, or let us take one more example. So 2000. So this given number may have 1 significant figure, 2 significant figure, 3 significant figure and 4 significant figures in it. And this difficulty can be resolved by expressing the given number in a scientific notation. So let us express this given number. Let us express this given number in a scientific notation, students. That is 2 into 10 to the power of plus 3. 2 into 10 to the power of plus 3. How many digits are present here? One digit. That means one significant figure in this case. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ರಿ 2000 ಅಂತ ನಾನು ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ರಿಮೆಂಬರ್ ದಿಸ್ ಟ್ರೈಲಿಂಗ್ ಝೀರೋ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕೇರ್ಫುಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಟ್ರೈಲಿಂಗ್ ಝೀರೋ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಟ್ ಆನ್ ದಿಸ್ ಟ್ರೈಲಿಂಗ್ ಝೀರೋ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್. ಹೌದಾ? ಇಲ್ಲಿ 2000 ಏನಿದೆ ಅಲ್ರಿ, ಈ 2000 ಒಳಗ ಒನ್ ಸಿಗ್ನಿಫಿಕೆಂಟ್ ಫಿಗರ್ ಅಂತಾನು ನಾವು ಕರಿತೀವಿ. 2000 contains two significant figure, 2000 contains three significant figures, and 2000 contains four significant figures. 1 2 3 and 4. ಇಲ್ಲೇನು ಡಿಫಿಕಲ್ಟಿ ಇದೆ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಇದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಹೇಗೆ ರಿಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಗಿವನ್ ನಂಬರ್ ನ ನಾವು ಸೈಂಟಿಫಿಕ್ ನೋಟೇಷನ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಅಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಯು ನೋ ಹೌ ಟು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಸ್ ದಿ ಗಿವನ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಇನ್ ಸೈಂಟಿಫಿಕ್ ನೋಟೇಷನ್ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್. ಹೌದಾ? ಈಗ ನಾ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಬರೀತೀನಿ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ 2000 ಅನ್ನು ನಾನು 2 into 10 raised to 3 ಅಂತ ಬರೆದೆ. ಹೌದಾ? 10 raised to 3 means it is nothing but 1000. So 2 into 1000 means it is 2000 only. ಹೌದಾ? ಸೊ ಎಷ್ಟಿದಾವೆ ಇನ್ನ ಡಿಜಿಟ್? one digit. ಅಂದ್ರೆ how many significant figures? Only one significant figures. Now similarly, if I express the given number in the form 2.0 into 10 to the power of plus 3. So in this case, how many digits are present? 2 digits. So therefore, two significant figures are present. Similarly, the same number is expressed in the form 2.00 into 10 raised to plus 3. How many significant figures here? 3 significant figures. Similarly, the fourth one is 2.000 into 10 raised to plus 3. How many significant figures, students? 4 significant figures in this given number. So the 2000 may have 1, 2, 3 and 4 significant figures. And always this type of difficulties can be resolved by expressing the given number in a scientific notation, students. So therefore the number 2000 is expressed differently. Is it clear, students? Is there any doubt in this case? And again, in case of trailing zeros, the first important point, if the number is greater than 1, listen the condition carefully. The first condition under trailing zero, if the number is greater than 1, if it is greater than 1 means in such cases the zeros which are present on the right end of the number after the decimal point. The first important condition under this trailing zero is if the number is greater than 1. If the number is greater than 1, in such cases, all the zeros present at the right hand side of the number, the zeros, all the zeros to the right of the number, the number is greater than 1. The number is greater than 1. In such cases, all the zeros written to the right of the decimal point are counted as a significant figure. So students, please remember this first condition carefully. If the given number is greater than 1, if the given number is greater than 1, in such cases all the zeros written to the right of the decimal point are counted as a significant figure. Students, now for this condition, the examples, so 20 is greater than 1, so 2010 is greater than 1, 3000 is also greater than 1. So in all these cases, the zeros which are present on the right of the decimal point are counted as a significant figure. So students, see here 2.0, so this 0 is counted as a significant figure. So 2.00, these two zeros are also counted as a significant figures. So 2.000, so all these three zeros are counted as significant figures, students, because the number is greater than 1. So therefore the 2000 may have one significant figure, two significant figure, three significant figure and four significant figures in it. And the second important condition is if the given number is less than 1. ನೋಡ್ರಿ, ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಗ್ರೇಟರ್ ದ್ಯಾನ್ 1, ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಏನ್ರಿ ಲೆಸ್ ದ್ಯಾನ್ 1. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಗಿವನ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ಗ್ರೇಟರ್ ದ್ಯಾನ್ 1 ಇತ್ತು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಸೊ ಅಂತ ಕೇಸ್ ಒಳಗೆ ನಾವೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ದ zeros which are present to the right of the decimal point, all those zeros are counted as a significant figures. ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ಲೆಸ್ ದ್ಯಾನ್ 1 ಇತ್ತು, ಗಿವನ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ಲೆಸ್ ದ್ಯಾನ್ 1 ಇತ್ತು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ in such cases only the zeros which are present to the right hand of the number. ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ನಂಬರ್ ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ಲೆಸ್ ದ್ಯಾನ್ 1 ಇತ್ತು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ in such cases the zeros which are present only. If the number is less than 1 means in such cases only the zeros which are present at the right end of the number and the zeros which are present between the two non-zero digits are counted as a significant figures, students. Please remember this point carefully. If the number is less than 1 means in such cases only the zeros which are present at the end of the number and the zeros which are present between the two non-zero digits, such type of the zeros are counted as a significant figures, students. Is there any doubt in the second condition? And for the second condition examples 0.50, then 0.030. Okay, so in both the cases, so this one leave it because it's a leading zero and leading zeros are not at all counted as significant figures. And right end of the number one more zero is present and this zero is called as a trailing zero and this zero is counted as a significant figure, students. That means how many significant figures here? Two significant figures are present. If you want to express this given number in a scientific notation, if we express this one in a scientific notation, this becomes 5.0 into 10 to the power of minus 1. You just shift this decimal point after one digit, so the number becomes 5.0 into 10 to the power of minus 1. Now the number is greater than 1. If the number is greater than 1 means in such cases the zeros which are present at the right of the decimal point are counted as a significant figure. Then how many significant figures, students? Two significant figures. ನೋಡ್ರಿ, ಇದನ್ನ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಂಬರ್ ಲೆಸ್ ದ್ಯಾನ್ 1. ಈಗ ಇದನ್ನ ನಾನು ಸೈಂಟಿಫಿಕ್ ನೋಟೇಷನ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ 5.5 ಅನ್ನೋದೇನಪ್ಪ, ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಗ್ರೇಟರ್ ದ್ಯಾನ್ 1. greater than 1 ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ so zeros which are present at the right hand side after the decimal point are counted as a significant figure. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇದನ್ನು ನಾವೇನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, significant figure ಅಂತ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಹೌದಾ? ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು 0.0303. the number is less than 1. Number is less than 1 means in such cases only the zeros which are present at the right end of the number and the zeros between the two non-zero digits are counted as a significant figures. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ, first two zeros are two leading zeros. ಹೌದಾ? they are not counted as significant figures, so leave these two zeros. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು zero ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು between the non-zero digit, so it is counted as a significant because it's a captive zero. Always captive zeros are counted as a significant figures. ಹೌದಾ? so how many significant figures in this number? 3 significant figures. If I write one more zero after this number, so this number it has 4 significant figures in it. So this is regarding the second important condition, students. Is there any doubt in this part? Is it clear? See, all these are nothing but rules for counting the significant figures in a given number. Is there any doubt in these rules? Both the rules are clear for you. So I just revise the first important rule: all the non-zero digits present in a given number are counted as a significant figures. And the second important rule is the zeros sometimes counted as a significant figures and sometimes they are not counted as a significant figures. And in case of zeros, we have how many types of zeros, students? Yes, 3 different types of zeros. Yes, tell me what are the 3 different types of zeros? The first one is leading zero, second one is captive zero, and the third one is called as a trailing zero. So 3 different types of zeros are present. Then out of these 3 types of zero, leading zeros are not at all counted as a significant figures, whereas captive zeros are always counted as a significant figures, students. And the third type of zero is called as a trailing zeros, and these trailing zeros sometimes counted as a So these trailing zeros are sometimes counted as a significant figures and sometimes they are not counted as a significant figures, students. Is it clear? Is there any doubt in this trailing zeros concept? So again, in case of trailing zero, already 2 conditions are explained. If the given number is greater than 1 means in such cases the zeros which are present at the right of the decimal point are counted as a significant figure. And the zeros, and the second condition, if the given number is less than 1, if the given number is less than 1 means in such cases only the zeros which are present at the right end of the number and the zeros which are present between the 2 non-zero digits are counted as a significant figures, students. Is it clear? Is there any doubt in this significant figure and rules for counting significant figures, students? This part is clear for you? Yes, tell me what is mean by significant figure. The significant figures are meaningful digits in an experimentally measured or experimentally calculated or experimentally determined quantity. And these significant figures are defined as all digits in a given number with known certainty plus 1 uncertain digit. Such type that itself we call it as a significant figure concept. Is there any doubt in this concept, students? So now with the help of these significant figures and the rules for significant figures, the one more important point while writing while counting the number of significant figures. In this significant figure part, we use one more important term, that is rounding of significant figures, rounding of numbers. So let us discuss the next important concept is rounding of numbers. And in case of rounding of numbers, so we use 2 important rules. The first important rule is if the number is less than 5. If the number is less than 5 means in such cases the presiding digit remains same. There is no change in the presiding digit, it remains same only. For example, if I write 1.21, this is a given number 1.21. If I round off this number, so this number is also expressed in the form of 1.2 because the last digit is less than 5. If it is less than 5 means so the presiding digit remains same. ಹೌದಾ? ಇಲ್ಲೇನ್ ಡಿಜಿಟ್ ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ರಿ, ಇದು ಯಾವಾಗಲೂ ಸೇಮ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾವಾಗ ಸೇಮ್ ಇರುತ್ತಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ನಂಬರ್ ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ಲೆಸ್ ದ್ಯಾನ್ 5 ಇತ್ತು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ. ಹೌದಾ? Suppose the number is greater than 5. If the number is greater than 5, in such cases, the preceding digit is increased by 1. Listen this point carefully. ನೋಡಿ, ನಂಬರ್ ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ಲೆಸ್ ದ್ಯಾನ್ 1 ಇತ್ತು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಪ್ರಿಸೈಡಿಂಗ್ ಡಿಜಿಟ್ ರಿಮೇನ್ಸ್ ಸೇಮ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಬಟ್ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್, ಇಫ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಗ್ರೇಟರ್ ದ್ಯಾನ್ 5 ಇತ್ತು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಇನ್ ಸಚ್ ಕೇಸಸ್ ದ ಪ್ರಿಸೈಡಿಂಗ್ ಡಿಜಿಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ಡ್ ಬೈ 1. So 1.26, by using rounding of number concept, this number is expressed in the form 1.3. The preceding digit is increased by 1 here. So therefore we express the given number in the form 1.3. Okay, so these two rules are very important rules for rounding of number concept. Important condition here. One more important condition is if the number is equal to 5. ನೋಡಿ, equal to 5 ಇತ್ತು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಹೆಂಗೆ ನಾವು ರೌಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ನಂಬರ್ ಅನ್ನು? If the number is equal to 5 means in such cases the last significant figure left unchanged if the number is even. Listen this condition carefully. ನೋಡಿ, equal to 5 ಇದ್ದಾಗ so the last significant figure left unchanged if it is even. Listen this example carefully. 1.225, this is the given number. ಹೌದಾ? 1.225. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ, 1.225 ಅಂತ ಅಂದಾಗ this is the last digit is equal to 5. Last digit is equal to 5 means so the last significant figure left unchanged if it is even. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ, even number, ಈ ನಂಬರ್ ಏನಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ even number ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ so this remains unchanged. So then how to express this one? How to round up this number? 1.22. So this is the next important rule. Please listen this point carefully. If the number is equal to 5, the last significant number or the last significant figure left unchanged if it is even. And the second case, the last number, if the number is equal to 5, in the last significant figure is increased by 1 if it is odd. ನೋಡಿ, ಇವನ್ ಇತ್ತು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಸಿಗ್ನಿಫಿಕೆಂಟ್ ಫಿಗರ್ ಲೆಫ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ಚೇಂಜ್ಡ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸಪೋಸ್ ದ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಸಿಗ್ನಿಫಿಕೆಂಟ್ ಫಿಗರ್ ಈಸ್ ಆಡ್ ನಂಬರ್, ಇನ್ ಸಚ್ ಕೇಸಸ್ ದ ನಂಬರ್ ಈಸ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ಡ್ ಬೈ 1 ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಲೆಟ್ ಅಸ್ ಟೇಕ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ 1.235. 1.235 once again is equal to 5 means the last significant figure is increased by 1. When it is increased by 1? Only when the last significant figure is an odd number. So here 3 is an odd, so 1.24 students. Okay, so all these are nothing but rules for rounding of the numbers. Is there any doubt in rules for rounding of numbers? I repeat, the first important rule for rounding of number is if the number is less than 5. If the number is less than 5, in such cases the preceding digit remains same. Second rule, if the number is greater than 5, means the preceding digit is increased by 1. This is the second important rule for rounding of the numbers. And the third important case is if the number is equal to 5. If the number is equal to 5 means the last significant is left unchanged if the number is even a number and the last significant figure is increased by 1 if it is odd number. Please remember all these three important rules for rounding of number concept. Okay, so this is all about the significant figures, the rules for counting the significant figures, and the rounding of number concept. Is there any doubt in these two concepts? Both the concepts are clear for you? I'll stop here only. Based on today's class, so these are the assignment questions, students. So the first question in assignment is define significant figures. The second question is what are leading zeros, captive zeros and trailing zeros. You have to write what are leading zeros, captive zeros and trailing zeros. And the third question is how many significant figures are present in following numbers. So here 10 numbers are given. You have to identify how many significant figures are present in these given numbers. And before counting the number of significant figures, one should please go through the rules for counting the significant figures, and then you start counting the number of significant figures, students. Okay, so all these are today's assignment questions. So with this I conclude my today's class. Okay.